Hi, my name is Kevin Fernandez, and welcome to Gamers Genie. Today, we're going to learn the medieval city building game, Kingdomino. This 2 to 4 player game designed by Bruno Cathala and published by Blue Orange Games. In this game, you take on the role of a lord, trying to build and expand your kingdom, but unfortunately, your opponents are also trying to build and expand their kingdoms as well. Who will be the first one to build their kingdom successfully? Let's find out as we go to the table and learn to play Kingdomino. Place the box within reach of all players. For a 2-player game, each player takes 2 kings of their respective color. And for a 3 or 4-player game, they take 1 king like I have here. Each player takes a starting tile of their color and a matching castle. They place the tile face up in front of them and place the castle on top of the tile. All the dominoes are thoroughly shuffled, numbered side up, and then are randomly placed in the box. Insert to form a draw pile of the game. For a 2-player game, first remove 24 dominoes randomly. Set them aside, which we've already done, and they're in the box. Use the remaining 24. For a 3-player game, remove 12 dominoes randomly, and with the remaining 36. For a 4-player game, use all 48 dominoes. So we're going to just place these right here so we can get a nice view when we stack them. Then, from the draw pile, take the same number of dominoes as the number of kings in the pile, i.e. 3 dominoes for a 3-player game, 4 dominoes for a 2 or 4-player game. So, and flip them face up like so. Display them with the number side up. These dominoes must be displayed in ascending order. The lowest number next is always placed next to the box. Finally, turn them on the landscape side. So, the lowest number, oh, I have it almost correct. So 32, 34, 38, 40, and then we flip them up as such. A player takes all the kings in their hand, shuffle them thoroughly, and then they get them out of their hands one after another. When your king appears, place it on the empty domino in the line. Each tile can only have 1 king. It means that the last player doesn't have any choice. In a 2-player game, each player will choose 2 dominoes for each of their kings. So, blue, green. I'm just going to put in blue, green as an example. When all the dominoes have been chosen, form a new line as you previously did by drawing new tiles. And that completes the setup. The playing order is determined by the positions of the kings on the dominoes line. The player's king was placed on the first domino of the line starts. They must take the following actions. Number 1, add the chosen domino to their territory according to the connection rules. And number 2, choose a new domino in the line, placing their king on it. Then it is the turn of the player who was king on the second domino and to take their 2 actions, and so on until the last player has taken their 2 actions. In a 2-player game, each player will take 1 and 2 actions twice, once for each of their kings. Then form a new dominoes line and a new turn can start. The game is played in 12 turns in 3 or 4-player games and only 6 in a 2-player game, as each player plays twice in each turn. So, I'm going to try to lengthen this out a little bit. I'm the blue player, so I would take, well, Jordan would be the blue player, knowing her. And so she would take, and I would say, probably place it about here, because you can only place it matching a square. And then there should be another line, and I'll place them right around here. We'll figure this out when we actually are doing the gameplay. And then I would take mine. I'll move that aside. And then Jordan would take hers, and she'd place it here. I'm just trying to thicken this out, and then Jordan would. And then we move the new tiles over here. From lowest to highest, so that would put this 12 up here, 14, 29, 42. And then, you know, we'd randomly place them, but I'm just going to do green. Actually, it could be green, green, blue, blue, just to set an example of how it doesn't have to be one color and then another color all the time. The player must build the kingdom in a 5x5 grid in order to place down their domino. The player must either connect to their starting tile, just like I showed you. Starting domino can be considered as a wild domino. Any landscape can be connected to this domino. So that's the one they're talking about in the center, not like this domino right here. Or connect it to another domino matching at least one of its landscape, horizontally or vertically only. So if you can't add a domino to your kingdom following these rules, the domino must be discarded and you will not get points for it. All your dominoes must fit the 5x5 grid. If, due to bad planning, one or more of your dominoes could not fit, they are discarded. You will not get points for them. When the last dominoes are lined up, the player will take the last turn, but they will only take the first action. Each player should have in front of them a 5x5 grid forming their kingdom. Some kingdoms may not be complete. Then each player will calculate their prestige points for their kingdoms in the following way. A kingdom is composed of different properties, groups of connected either horizontally or vertically squares of the same type of landscape. Each property will give you as much prestige points as the number of squares multiplied by the number of specific, oh, there it is, crowns right there. There's a crown right there, and there's a crown right there. There's a chart on the back of your rule book that explains this in detail, appearing on the property. You can have multiple properties with the same type of landscape in the same kingdom. A property without a specific crown will give you no points. Each player will add the points given by all properties. The result is their final score. The player with the highest score is the winner. In case of a tie, the player with the most extended property is the winner, whether they own any crowns or not. If it is still a tie, the player who has the most crowns wins the game. If there's still a tie anyway, the players share the victory. Yay! And that's all you need to know to play King Domino. If you have any questions about this game, please put them in the comments below. If you're new to this channel, please share this video and subscribe to this channel. And be on the lookout for my upcoming gameplay video on King Domino. But until then, thanks for the views.